The main event is one that really has come out of nowhere. As soon as Kell Brook beat Jojo Dan in his mandatory defence a couple of weeks ago in Sheffield, he said to me, "When are we out again?" And the plan was always July or August. And all of a sudden the opportunity come out to defend his belt on this huge bill at the O2. At that point, Frankie Gavin, always when we signed Frankie Gavin recently, was a fight that I felt would happen with Kell Brook in 9 or 12 months. We could build it naturally. And it's come completely out of the blue and much quicker than everybody expected. Around 6 days ago, the IBF called and ordered Frankie Gavin to fight Timothy Bradley in a final eliminator for the world title. Again, that was a dream shot for Frankie, and I phoned him up straight away, and he was over the moon to look at that fight. We spoke to Top Rank, we looked at the numbers, June the 13th in New York, and we realised how tough that fight was. And you know, Frankie turned around to me and said, "Look, how do you feel about me fighting Kell Brook on May the 30th? You know, and I was looking at other opponents, and obviously this is a quick turnaround, and I just felt that everybody loves domestic fights, and everybody loves domestic fights for world titles. This isn't just any world title. This is a world title in a 147-pound division with 2 other champions called Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. One guy from Sheffield, 34-0, many think is a new sensation, a special one of the welterweight division, and a young man in Frankie Gavin from Birmingham, who has always had so much promise and potential, always wanted to step up to the plate, and now he gets the chance to do it. It was a very quick deal. Kell Brook fancied the fight. He knows Frankie's wanted it for a long, long time. Frankie jumped at the opportunity, give him a huge amount of respect for that, because it has come probably 6 months before we anticipated. And you know, within joining us and having his first fight in Sheffield, within 3 or 4 days he was given the opportunity of Tim Bradley in a final eliminator or Kell Brook for the IBF welterweight crown. Frankie, obviously I know you know it's a tough fight, it's a huge fight for you. It's one you've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about just how you just said it all. But yeah, it's been a mad hectic week really. Timothy Bradley, Kell Brook from Chris Van Heerden. Obviously I feel sorry for Chris. Obviously I've got to take this fight, it's a world title fight. It's a very winnable fight. Just got to turn up and do what I know I can do, what I've been doing in the gym for the last 10 years. And if I turn up and do what I do, Kell's in for a hard night in my opinion. Obviously thanks to Kell for giving me the world title shot. I'll be doing everything I can on both hands to grab it.
Obviously you've talked a long time about fighting for the world title. I remember when you weren't with us, always used to see your Twitter calling for the fight with Kell. You feel like now's the time for this fight? I know it's come probably 6, 9 months before expected, but you've always felt that you could beat Kell Brook.
Yeah, I think I'm a doubt I can beat anyone really. Obviously Mayweather and Pacquiao, them shots are not going to come from me. I've got not in the foreseeable future, but now with this fight, I win this fight, any fight in the right way division could come for me. So obviously I wanted the world title shot for so long, and I've got it. I'm not going to let it go. Obviously,
been a lot of talk about the potential Amir Khan fight, and now another Brit will step up and take that fight. You feel like you might be able to slip in and pull an unexpected one here, because obviously the focus has been on Khan and Rios and Marquez, etc.
Most definitely, I want to rank it up for the fight, just to turn up. It weren't about the money for me, it was about winning the world title. Obviously I've seen a chance to get one and I took it, and hopefully May the 30th I'll take it with both hands and I'll become the world champion and be ready to put on a big statement for myself. Again,
massive things for the winner of this fight. Talks only last night with Top Rank, and I think you'll get an announcement probably in the next week or so that the winner of this fight will move on and fight Brandon Rios in August, with a date to be announced shortly. Kell, a very quick turnaround for you. I think you had 1 day off and you were straight back in the gym. Plan on building momentum. Obviously you filled Sheffield Arena, and now this is going to be another sold out arena for you in London. First time at the arena defending your world title.
I'm excited. I've had too long of a time out, you know, with a leg, and obviously I boxed last week, a couple of weeks ago, and I said to you, get me back out again. So you know, I'm always here, you know, to let these guys. Frankie's been wanting this fight for a long time, and everybody loves the British world title fight. You know, I think you know, it's definitely with Frankie. You know, everyone knows he's a classy boxer, and he always seems to do enough in fights. He never. I believe that he don't really train as hard as he should. I think with this one, he knows these world title fights on line. We're going to see the best of Frankie Gavin, and hopefully, you know, he's going to bring the best out of me, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
I know, obviously, you'll fight anyone, and you know, the focus talk about Rios in August, and obviously they talk about calm. Any chance you take your foot off the gas here? Obviously, you know, you're confident of beating Frankie Gavin, but it's just a case of looking good in another big welterweight fight in May.
Don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not looking past Frankie. You know, I think I did a Snapchat the other day, you know, running late on. You know, I'm back in training very hard. You know, I'm looking to make a statement in this fight. You know, he'd wanted this fight for a while. You know, be careful what you wish for, because you've got your chance now, but you're in with a special one header, and this belt's not going nowhere.
Obviously, your progression over the last, well, since August winning the world title, you had the problems in September and it's been a frustrating period, but now with the momentum, like I said, filling Sheffield Arena, huge audience on Sky Sports, huge audience on Showtime in America, headlining your first Sky Boxoffice event here, kind of like on the verge of some major things.
Absolutely, I want to keep that momentum now. I'm injury free. I just want to be back out there in front of the fans and displaying what I've got. You know, it's a short-lived career now. I think I'm in my prime, 34 fights unbeaten. You know, I want to take care of Frankie on the 30th of May. And then, you know, my will's in my eyes, so I just want to be involved in massive fights. And I want everyone to see, you know, what I've got in this game.
Thanks, Kell. We look forward to that. May the 30th, probably 1 or 2 still to be added. Don't know how we're going to fit them in. We're going to be starting, doors are going to be opening at 4 o'clock on May the 30th, with boxing starting at around 4:30. And we have a curfew in here, so there will be no late nights. Everyone will get home safely via whatever transport they choose. And enjoy the build-up for this one. Obviously, a lot of huge international star fighters arriving in to London on the week of May the 30th. It's a massive opportunity for the likes of Lee Selby to become world champion, for the likes of Kevin Mitchell to finally realise his dream. A huge domestic welterweight clash, other big British title fights as well. It's a very, very special card, and enjoy the ride. All these fighters here are going to be available for one-on-ones now. We're going to have a group photo, and then we're going to have Scotty Cardle and Craig Evans in a face-off, and also Frankie Gavin and Kell Brook. And then feel free to ask these guys as many questions as you want. Thanks very much. Right, we're going to have the world championship fights. Kevin, stay there. Lee, stay there.